Hi, Tina. How are you?
I'm good, sir. So nice to see you. I'm feeling a little bit rudderless. Um, I have I wouldn't say that it's a high stress job, but it's a very busy type of work. They give me the title of information management consultant, and I do lots of different things related to instructional design.
Mhm.
And right now, I'm going to be designing an entire course and doing it all in video and creating all the content for it. And I'm rudderless in the sense that my heart's not in it. And this is post doing the Liberate course. And there was a lot of things that happened when I did the course that really helped me.
You said you need to do this job for however you need to do it for. So, in terms of the need, do you need to do this job?
From a financial perspective now, I do.
Okay.
Um, I had a partner and he died, and we went through some, we tried to do things to make him not die. And so in the process I got into debt, and I need to settle that, you know. So that but up until now it hasn't been an issue. I've
Mm.
always loved doing the work that I do, and I have so much freedom. Like, because I have such a great working relationship and I've established so much trust. I'm a consultant. I go from different places, but I've been where I am for some time. So I was able to do your course in all the different times because I wake up without an alarm clock. I work until I'm done, and nobody, I get everything that I need to do done, but I can't right now. So as far as what I need to do, I know that I can put together what's required for a meditation business. It's going to take a while to establish it. There's already been talk where I am of building a meditation program for them. Uh, the person who was responsible for that has sort of gone AWOL, and I think that's just the time of the year.
Hmm.
So I will be developing that. So there's also an opportunity there, but I just can't seem to get my SH blank T together. You know what I
Right.
mean?
For that or for the other course that you're working on?
The regular information management course that
Okay.
I'm working on, I don't have the motivation for
So,
that.
tell me if this resonates with you. Is it because you said your heart's not in it, you're just not into it because it doesn't feel meaningful to you? It's not something that is on purpose for you and you're no longer aligned to that. So it just feels even more obvious that it's kind of empty actions, empty work for you that doesn't make you feel alive, full, and fulfilled. Because this
Yep.
is common. What's coming up for you? Because this is a common thing that can happen as people are transitioning from work that they've done that's been asked of them or required of them into work that's purpose driven work, that's really turning you on and making you feel aligned and fresh and free in that, where
Yeah.
you have that motivation. So there's a few things we can work on in this, and perhaps I can start by guiding you through a little bit of meditation coaching just
Sure.
to see what comes through in that.
That would
Because
be perfect. Yep.
right now I feel that you're, from what you're telling me, that you feel stuck and stagnant in your old work as you transition into this new work that you want to launch. But you do need the old work to help sustain you, on a financial level and to cover your basic needs.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start with some grounding, some meditation, a few easy breaths into your center. And just allow your awareness to drop all the way down into your body and follow that awareness through your body down into your feet. And let that sink in and settle. And notice what it's like to just find that comfort in your center, in the center of your being. And Tina, from your hips, letting yourself rest your attention in your hips, create a grounding cord, a connection of yourself to the earth, into the earth, a nice quality grounding cord, which could be like a tree trunk growing its roots all the way down. And you're making sure that cord all the way around is also sound as it goes down into the earth. And then notice what it's like to sink into your connection with the earth and receiving that sense of stability and center. And then become aware of yourself just being grounded here. Being in the center of your awareness, the center of your being, and opening yourself up at this time to your highest expression, your own knowledge and intelligence. Whatever visual comes to you, perhaps it's your heart center that's opening and expanding. But with that intention, allowing yourself to have a nice, beautiful visual with that. And let's just take a look together at your current work. And we'll put that work out into a bubble just about a foot out in front of you. So you're just going to label it current work, put it out into a bubble, and just take a moment to look at it with a sense of neutrality, connecting to that sense of ground within your being, and just allowing yourself to be fully supported in this. And noticing what your work is bringing you now in present time.
It's much lighter.
Mm-hmm. Letting yourself take a look at that and just ask this work what it has to convey to you right now. Perhaps there's a message about this experience. What does it have?
Temporary.
Yeah. Yep. So it's telling you. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel when you receive that?
That feels right.
Mm-hmm. And so now that you're seeing it, it's temporary there for you. How do you see yourself engaging in that work to bring it to completion?
Giving it bringing an attitude of joy,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just simply closing a chapter.
Mm. How does that feel? Does that feel true to you, Tina?
It feels good. There's a little resistance. I just realized that there was a lot of identity there.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Say more about that.
I had to struggle to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm fortunate I make a really good wage. I'm not a super well educated person, but I took a lot of courses and it's the culmination of all of the effort, and now it's meaningless. Sorry, I just want to laugh. It's so funny. Oh, that felt good. Talking about moving energy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Yay.
Natural. It's absolutely natural to
Yeah.
laugh, to be hysterical, or to cry.
Well,
Answer.
it's funny because when I started to talk about the identity, I started to get really weepy. And then when I went into it a little more, I was like, oh, well, bye.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. That's brought humor to it. You know, and it's funny because I bring a lot of humor to things because I don't find most things that serious, you know? And it's not because I don't take feelings and things that serious, but I know that they're just like weather, right? They're just going to come in and go. This one, I had a lot of resistance. Like the whole day today, I went and sat because I have this is my home office. And I have another office for my work office in my flat. And I kept on going there and sitting down going, nope. Getting up and coming back.
You just hit a wall. Yeah, I understand. But can we return to the meditation a little bit more? Because I think
Sure.
too that there might be some more.
Okay, good. Yes. I'm going to take my glasses off if you don't
Okay.
mind.
Yeah. Only if you feel called to. So
Oh,
let's see what
yeah,
might be here.
absolutely.
Okay. So just seeing this and the identity, releasing the culmination of effort or attachment to effort, even.
Exactly.
And just seeing all of that work that actually maybe that work has gone towards something meaningful. So just acknowledging that you've come this far, what you've done, to really acknowledge and validate that you've done this, and keep seeing the work there. And how does it feel to you now?
It's great because it taught me so much. Like I have delivered, I don't know how many courses, and I used to be so frightened. And I would go into the bathroom and hug myself before doing it. And when I went on my spiritual path, it became a total joy to deliver courses because it was just communion with people.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't about winning or losing, or it wasn't about me anymore, you know? And so there was a transition, like when I talked about, sorry, I'm keeping my eyes closed, but just helps me to center the thoughts more.
Mm-hmm.
When I had the identity portion, right, it was for the longest time, my ego was totally wrapped up in it. And there's still a little bit of ego there for sure. But I let go so much of the stress because, you know, I mean, getting in front of people, I'm kind of an introvert. It doesn't show, but it gave me the gift of getting out of the way eventually. It took a while to get there.
Mhm.
And I had to learn so much because even though I took library science courses and, I got my training degree,
Mhm.
I I needed to learn so much. And it was a gift, really,
Mhm.
leading me here,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know?
So
Wow.
let's say thank you to this bubble of your current work, and just see yourself successfully completing, and I would say the wholeness and completion that you'd like to experience with that, placing your intention with how you'd like to complete this chapter.
Just realized the resistance was not about the work, it was about closing the door on the work.
Mhm.
In the sense that it was just saying goodbye. I've never been good at goodbye.
Mhm. It's almost like being in a relationship that you know is ending and you don't want to face it all the way. So you just avoid it. You pretend like stonewall it, right? So,
Exactly.
so, so it's in a sense understanding the relationship and
Wow.
understanding where you are energetically with your work.
Yeah.
So letting yourself, we'll come back to the meditation, letting yourself say goodbye, and you can just kind of watch this bubble, set sail. And now in front of you, place your new work. So if that work empties out and you know that you're complete with it and you have your intention with that completion, say hello to your new work and that space and what that space looks like and feels like for you.
Hey, I just caught on to something else too.
Okay.
It's like it's part of the resistance is doing the new work because of course it represents the unknown, right? I mean, it's super exciting. I love it, but it's scary as hell. It isn't, I suppose, but it feels scary right now because it's just unknown, you know? I know the other one. This is like, and I know that I could do this. Like one thing that the course gave me, I don't want to be too intellectual about this, but this is from the heart. I have been doing this kind of work for years and years and years. I would start something and I would stop, and I would start something and I would stop. I have smatterings of courses in meditation and wellness all over this place, okay? And the course gave me a direction and the discipline, but from a creative aspect. It put the fun in it all, but it still represents something that is new, you know.
It's new
And,
energy for you.
pardon me?
It's new energy for you that you're looking at, and that you're on the edge of the cliff right now. So let's look at it. Let's look at it together in a really safe, centered space where you're connected to your all of yourself, Tina, in this. So the first thing I'm going to ask is for you to look at it energetically. So look energetically, connect energetically to your new work, and let yourself feel that.
It is so vibrant.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was a surge.
That's all you need right now. So let's start with that.
Woohoo. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Just starting with that. And that's enough right now. But we're going to put a little shape to it.
Okay.
So feeling that energy of your new work, are there any key words that come up for you? Just words or a sentence or anything that can help bring language to this experience?
It's my life.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, that really touched me. Oh, wow. Thanks. That's a big deal. Uh, you know, I said that I was talking to my best friend. My best friend is this beautiful British lady. She's like 75. She's like, we go into public, everybody stares at her. She's stunning. And I was about to tell her that it feels like my whole life has been leading me here. And I started to say, it feels like, and she goes, your whole life has been leading you here. Because I've done this. I could fill this room with the amount of self-help books I read. You know, I didn't have it easy in life, and that didn't hold me back because I wanted to understand and I wanted to let go and I wanted to give that love and the gifts that I was given to everyone that I met and help them to realize how beautiful they are inside and how there's nothing to be afraid of. Just give it time and give it attention. Oh, thank you.
This
I
is
don't mind crying, by the way.
It's beautiful that you can cry like that, Tina. This is your life. It's who you are.
Yeah.
So it's stepping in to who you are and your life, your life. So it's more than just a job. It's more than just work. So we're going to look at it a little, even more. Are you ready to look at it some more?
Yep. Do you mind if I just do a little dab here? Excuse me.
No, not at all.
Excuse
Not
me.
at all. Whatever you need to take care of yourself.
Oh, water.
Water. That's good. I'll take a water break too with you. Okay, so we're looking at the new work. You are crossing a threshold, an important point in your life. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place to be. And what came up for you is it's your life. And what else do you see there for you? Just anything. It could be colors or symbols or.
The word relationship came to me because I think I feel that everything is about relationships, you know? Like relationship to energy, relationship to people, relationship to like everything. And that's the word that came up. It was a word.
What if you started to look at your relationship to your new work? What kind of relationship to your new work? So you're going to start this relationship. You're in the dating courting phase right now. It's very exciting.
I got a visual.
Okay.
It was like this.
Yeah. Exhilarating.
Totally open arm.
Yeah. So how does that feel just to embrace the new work with open arms? And how do you see yourself doing that? What are you doing with your open arms?
I am doing what I'm doing now. I have no trouble with the energy that I have to use it for this. I'm looking at things creatively. I'm starting to create a course for the military. I'm writing guided meditations. I'm reading beautiful books on so many interesting things. I'm learning about, just when I'm doing these coaching sessions, I'm watching people's bodies and they're telling me so many things, and I'm connecting to the divine in the whole process, which I've always had a big connection to. And for me, that's just, it's asking, I have been saying, thy will be done. And I'm not like a religious person. I grew up in a very religious household and I didn't go that route. But it feels like there's so much love there, and it's embracing love in lots of different ways, because it's an expression of love. It really is. So it's not work. It's love, you know.
I have the chills. I got the shivers when you said that. Yeah. Yeah. You've been having profound realizations.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey, and I was pooped after the intensive, just because I finally tuned in to, I haven't been telling the story of my life for a long time. I realized what that did, and I let that go a long time ago, but I didn't give myself permission to release energy when it came up. And and that's what I've been doing since the intensive, and not in a fall apart way, in an embracing and acceptance, like a catch on and release of the energy that's just been waiting for my recognition and permission to let go, So for me, like not joining the Facebook group had nothing to do with enthusiasm. It had to do with the fact that I'm just busy, processing stuff. Oh, and I've been, that's like when you were talking about certain things, decisions have not been easy because I've been, otherwise engaged with just processing some beautiful things. And this is an exciting time. It really is. Yeah.
So Tina, to come to a close with this, what will you do to honor yourself as you close one door and open another door? What will you do for yourself?
Support myself through the process. Because there is emotion in closing a door, and there is emotion in opening another. So supporting myself and being real. I have no problem with the real part. But the support part. Sometimes I come from a pooper get off the pot family. And sometimes I haven't always supported myself. And that's what I'm doing now. So I'm going to give myself time. To do this and flow with this.
And what will be the next loving step for you?
The next loving step. Tonight I'm going to make myself a cup of ginger and lemon and wild honey tea. and I'm going to have a good sit with all those emotions and all these discoveries. I don't need to think too far into the future because that's what's here now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take opportunities that come up that feel right as opposed to resisting them,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of what I've been doing. And I think now that I have gone through this, I understand that there was resistance on both sides and it just needed to be looked at. So I'm going to keep this pattern of looking at it too. That and tea.
Yes, tea really does help.
It does.
Yes.
That was good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Tina. You're so welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah, that was great.
And if we can look at one more thing,
Sure.
what would be a tangible or a vision, a tangible outcome or vision of your new work?
I want to deliver courses in this. I think that's my natural gift.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What course would be a first course that excites you
uh,
from deep, deep inside?
this comes to me demystifying meditation, making it simple and fun. And it's like all the wellness elements that can be brought into it. That's been my life journey, and that's
What would it feel like to complete that, to offer it, to give that?
my, absolutely wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already started.
Mm-hmm. Where do you feel the energy in your body?
It is radiating up and down right now. It's like a pulse all the way through my body.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just let yourself soak that in. The pleasure, the joy of releasing your course, demystifying meditation, letting it be fun and simple. Just feeling that, the pleasure, the joy of that service.
I thought of a name. I've been playing around with lots of names of um, um, business names. And I came to realize what it means for me is standing by people, witnessing their experience of life in a loving way. So I called my meditation Stand By Me. And it's got, it may seem a little corny, but to me, that's exactly what it is. I just, like, meditation really is about making space and, room to breathe, room to be seen, room to be heard, room to be supported, room to be validated, room to be understood it's so much about standing near people, the coaching aspect of things as well. So I love that too. I'm really loving that. And that's what you did for me. So thank you.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
cool, Tina.
Thanks.
Really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I very much sense that you're very spiritually connected and driven from that place, and that's what this is about. And I think your session is going to help people that are making this transition.
Oh, perfect.
Right. It's the conscious closing the door.
Yeah.
Going back, opening the door over and over again to see like if that's still awake, because that's what can happen. But consciously closing the door and opening the new door, it's like being in the trapeze. You have to let go of one bar to come to the next bar. So it's transition that can be, kind of a delicate process. So
very much so. There's what? I'm so sorry, I didn't hear that.
There's a lot of energy in that.
Yes, and what this has taught me today is that I was to make the process. This went on at a subconscious level, okay, because it was brought up. I was using rejection of what I'm doing now as a means to close the door instead of what this session brought me, honoring it and valuing what it brought me, right? So I didn't know this before I started this, is that that's what the resistance was. It was me rejecting it in order to close the door, but that's not necessary, right? Seeing it and honoring it and valuing it for what it brought me, and then closing the door.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's a very different experience.
Yes.
You just knew that it wasn't right for you, but sometimes that's our knee-jerk automatic reaction, is to slam the door on something that says, this doesn't feel good.
Bang.
Yeah. So no. And then we kind of shut all the doors, right? Because that's what we're focused on, is shutting that door or coming to a standstill. And then, but if we can honor the experience and gently close that door to allow a new experience to unfold, it allows that whole process to open up.
And that's the key word. Yeah. And that's the key word. You said it. It's opening to the closing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that, that's what meditation is about. Full circle. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense that the energy was not feeling comfortable in my body either, because it was really it was resistance. And I don't feel resistant anymore at all. I think I'll actually be able to do something useful. Woo! I'm going to call up Melanie right now.